Who's that? Who's that? The Confederates. What the shit you done to me, cheddar bar? Cheddar is trying to fucking do the job. I'm a hooligan, live and die for the danger shit. I'm a hooligan, nothing new today, nothing new, we just fight. We just fight, where you at? I'm a fight. We just fight, where you at? I'm a fight. We just fight, where you at? I'm a fight. There's no way, man, there's that phone stand. He was sitting there, his brush in hand, painting waves as they danced across sand. In every turn, they came to life. Doug, what the fuck? I asked him if he only played near ocean scenes. He's there for $20. I'll paint you anything. Would you paint me in Birmingham? Make it look just the way I planned. Build a house on the edge of town. Porch going all the way around. And there in a front yard swing. Make it early spring. And rides will be out again. If you paint me a Birmingham. Alright, we need Kluber because I need an extra base hit with Justin Morneau. I need another home run with him. It would be nice if I could hit the home run with him so I could get David Wright and go on to play the mini seasons. Get some more packs, possibly pull an Aaron Judge. I'm just in this picture, would you like to be? I bet there's any way you can. Could you paint me into her arms again? Would you paint me in Birmingham? Make it look just the way I planned. With a house on the edge of town. Porch going all the way around. Put it there in a front yard swing. And just make it early spring. The light should be on again. Will you paint me in Birmingham? Paint me in Birmingham. Make it look just the way I planned. Little house on the edge of town. God damn it, Aaron. All the way around.
Well, there's a lot riding on that bat right there. A nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
Never made it as a wise man. I couldn't cut it as a poor man. Tired of living like a blind man. Because I'm without a sense of feeling.
Love with breaking and I've been wrong. I've been down to the bottom of every bottle. Alright, I gotta go back and watch this video.
They don't call me the BOGO King for no reason. I get my bang for my buck, which is why I was all over Mobile, whose had likely led to the tragic crash. However, one detail worried officers. There were no signs of breaking anywhere, and officers would soon begin to discover why. I've personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She was scared that she was going to make him crash the day before the actual crash. So I feel like that's what she was trying to do, was crush the car into the wall. As police continue gathering evidence from the crash site, one officer heads to the hospital to speak with Mackenzie's parents. At this point, all they know is that their daughter was in a serious accident. Oh, God, help me. Dave, what did they tell you? She just okay. She was light flighted here. Yeah, I wouldn't know that. Okay. No. You want to sit down? Oh, my God. Please say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died? I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name is Jacob. Does anyone know a Jacob? Tom? No. Stop. Let him talk. Guys, I know. We've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her. Okay? Your daughter's alive. Okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving. Okay? Who was that? Jacob and who? What's the name you said? Might be. Oh my God. Stop. This is relation to yeah, the Don was in the car. It's right now, it's ongoing investigation. Speed is definitely a factor. So are drugs.
He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
Thomas said? Thomas said? Is that what you're saying to me? Look at me.
Then that's what happens when you don't pay attention. Go through it. I dare you, AI.
Full transparency here. There's drugs in the car. She had a bag of money.
Cover the plate.
Full transparency, guys. I'm sorry, we're in the video. Look in the car. It's fully checked in the video. I know she has a severe leg injury. Like I said, she was speaking, and she had her seatbelt on. Mackenzie was the only one in the car wearing a seatbelt, which was why she was the sole survivor. If her intention had been suicide, it's unlikely she would have taken that precaution. This detail would later...
This Morneau thing. Well, it's not really for Morneau, but he is basically the only SIG hitter I have, and it's kind of pissing me off. So it's taking a lot longer, and I'm broke. By broke, I mean that one got like 3K. When a card I would like to have is almost 600K. The card I want is Carlos Beltran. But I don't have the 3K for Judge and like the 3K for Ohtani. That was McMahon's 25th CPU hit. Nice. Oh, no. Don't ask why I have Volpe in the lineup when I could, because he's done. I don't need Volpe. The face art doesn't even look like Volpe. Look at that. How does that look like that?
Hit the sign out front and then they hit the building.
most importantly, he kept the Reds out of scoring position. Things would look a little different if he didn't make that play.
I mean, we have a family member or a friend or anybody that you might want us to call on your behalf. This is a fucking nightmare. Did somebody call in at 6:30 in the morning? 6:30, yeah. He came upon it, passing it by. Yeah.
Here's a 1-1. On the ground, right side. Dive, and he's got it.
What a play.
Got it. And very nicely done for the act. And now it's Salvador Perez to the
You guys don't know. Right now, we don't know. She's in surgery right now, so we don't know.
That is out of play.
3 weeks would pass, time that Mackenzie would spend in the hospital recovering. Her condition would improve significantly, eventually allowing her to leave and return to her normal life. The community mourned the tragic loss of Dominic and Davion, expressed sympathy for Mackenzie, who had just gone through the trauma of losing both her boyfriend and a close friend. But soon, strange things about Mackenzie would start to surface. In the weeks that followed, it seems Mackenzie thought everyone concluded the crash as a and nothing further. Mackenzie would never attend Dominic or Davion's funerals. On social media, she would brag about her drug use, claiming she could, quote, do more drugs than anyone and still live. And then, on October 31st, 2022, Mackenzie would go to her first party since the crash, and her costume for the night would be a detailed corpse with fake blood smeared across her mouth. Mackenzie's parents even went public to defend her outfit, saying she, quote, deserved to have some fun after the accident. There also appeared to be a mysterious source of income. Mackenzie was spending thousands of undocumented dollars on designer clothing, and she wasn't hiding it either, openly bragging about it online. But lucky for Mackenzie, this strange behavior still wasn't enough for police to launch a full investigation. However, that would all change when Dominic Stanley came to the police with a video taken from Dominic's phone. A clip recorded just 10 days before the crash, one that would change everything. But before we get to that, I want to tell you about the best earbuds I've ever used. If you're like me, then you can reach out to Buy Ray. Thanks again to Ray by Dominic's parents. Filmed by Dominic himself just 10 days before the crash that would turn the entire case on its head.
You do not open.
God damn, that ball was crushed.
You're gonna come open this door right now, or there's gonna be a serious problem.
This was a short snippet from a 15-minute video where Mackenzie clearly and continuously threatens Dominic. This wasn't all. Dominic's family would show him more disturbing material, including text messages confirming she had threatened to kill Dominic. This was enough for officers to reopen the case. Now investigating it as a planned double homicide.
At this point, this is a homicide investigation, and so we are trying to show that he intentionally drove the car into the wall.
Shortly after the investigation began, police would begin interviewing several of Mackenzie Shrilla's friends, family members, and individuals from the community. This would prove to be very insightful.
And this is going to be a 2-out triple. Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Triple into the opposite field gap. That gets
officers would first bring Tyler, Mackenzie's former boyfriend, in. Unfortunately, his counts would only serve to deepen their concerns.
Understand, you're not under arrest. Walk out anytime you want. We have approximately 10 buses. I wanted to ask, how long were you guys in a relationship?
Well, we were all friends in a friend group at first. I ended up dating her for a little bit, like probably over the summer. I was only dating her for probably like a month and a half or like 2 months. And then me and Dom, she was cheating on us basically, but it wasn't like anything official, so it wasn't hard feeling.
Man, here's a stat for you, Blue. They're making contact
after me and Dom found out about that, we had no problems with each other or nothing, but they were on and off, and I kept on talking to her still while they were on and off, because we were all still in the friend group and stuff, so and then we kind of just like stopped being intimate. You know what I'm saying? We're just friends.
So describe the relationship. What was she like as your girl?
Like, we have much into relationship wise because we can take that long, but like friend wise, like she was crazy, but
She like mentally just not all there. I mean,
yeah, I don't think she's just mentally all there. Like I personally feel like she was trying to end that crash, and she failed doing so.
why did Dom put up with this? Do you know?
I personally been told that she did voodoo on him. She has told people that she put a spell on him so that he couldn't break up with her. That she had like grabbed a piece of his hair, and that she had a doll in her room for Dom, and that she literally put a spell on him. But she would tell everyone. And, like she truly believed in that kind of stuff, and she also uses the pendulum. I know to try to get answers. She tries to use it now to talk to Dom.
Do you think Mackenzie had it in her to drive a car into a wall? I mean, if you guys speculate that she did it on purpose,
I mean,
she
yeah,
has it in?
I feel like if she thinks that she can just drive the car into the wall and not feel nothing, you know, like I feel like the only reason she survived is because of how small she is. Like, I feel like she's trying to say lucky, but at the same time, not making her survive that food. Like, she killed 2 people. That one person is not food. It's like,
By now, a far darker picture of Mackenzie's actions was beginning to take place. This is when 2 friends who had attended the party come forward to police, claiming they had evidence that, in their view, proved the crash was no accident at all.
This is when they were going down in Private Drive, and then you know how there was like tire tracks before it, like on that side grass. So that's the sign.
That's right, it's the sign.
And then that's where she curved exactly right on. Missed those 2 rocks and went right into the sign. The sign. She went right into that. No, so you can see the hard braking was right at the wall, and then her high speed after the hard brake was, 90 miles per hour.
It looks like the person in the front seat tried to turn the wheel because of the fact they were going to go straight into a wall.
And it doesn't say she hard broke once. It was 90 miles per hour down that whole road. And I also think because of Kenzie's and Dominic's history
That they were fighting. I think Davion went on his phone to distract himself from fighting. I don't know if they were on drugs. They can also still be fighting with being on drugs.
While the statements were deeply concerning, investigators still didn't have enough concrete evidence to determine Mackenzie's intent. Without a documented pattern of behavior, it was still possible. Provided detectives with crucial information about Dominic and Mackenzie's turbulent relationship. The following video includes talk of self-harm. Viewer discretion is advised.
You mentioned that anytime Dom kind of wanted to break up with her, describe it.
Word for word. That's literally the days before the crash that she was hitting him on the highway while driving, and he had to pull his car over on the side of the highway, not in the very same parking spot either, and have somebody else come pick them up and drive the car home because he was scared that she was going to crash. And that was just prior to the day before the actual crash.
Apparently, just days before the crash, Mackenzie had threatened Dominic's life, saying she would crash the car they were in. Dominic's brother continued the interview by giving officers a compelling motive why the crash may have been intentional.
If you're going 94 miles an hour, you're on a very fast car to begin with, you're stopping that gas pedal the whole entire time. There's no brake marks in the street at all. Even before the hit, you would think that some type of instinct would kick you and slam on the brakes. But to my knowledge, she went straight into it. Off what I know, and off my assumptions, Dom tried to break up with her multiple times, even in July. They kept not like working out, whatever. They kept making back up. Mackenzie's known to be the kind of person that she's let us know she will never let go of Dom. If she has to let go of Dom, she will not want within herself. She's pretty much let that be known.
Mackenzie's actions after the crash were also of concern to police. On August 6th, only a week after the incident, police would be called to Mackenzie's house by her father. There, he would make concerning statements. While there is no footage of the incident, the officer that was called out would retell the strange incident in an interview.
Sarge, I want to ask you first about August 6th, if you recall. That's the day you guys were dispatched to Mackenzie Sherrill-Rock. Right. Can you tell me about that day?
So we were dispatched up to the room for disturbance. Once we arrived up on the room, she was upset with her dad. He asked the dad to step out. Like, we were trying to calm him down, and then he's like, you know, you guys probably know who I am. At one point in the conversation, he's like, I feel like my daughter needs a psych evaluation. And he's like, you know, because, like, you know, she's not, you know, thinking clearly, and word for word what he said, like, I don't recall every word that he said. He was very hysterical, just very upset, and she was upset with her dad because, like, she wanted to leave her to the funerals.
During this interaction, it became clear that Mackenzie was deeply upset with her father. Despite creating a shrine for Dominic, regularly posting on his Facebook memorial page, and wearing his clothes, her father hadn't allowed her to attend Dominic's funeral. It appeared that Mackenzie was truly mourning his death. But around this time, police managed to gain access to her phone. What they uncovered didn't just explain her mysterious source of income, it also hinted at something far more disturbing. After decrypting Mackenzie's phone, investigators discovered several photos of her posing with large sums of cash, despite having no documented job or known source of legitimate income. They also found fake IDs, seemingly intended to help her pass as an adult. But most concerning was a Snapchat conversation dated July 22nd, 2022, in which Mackenzie quoted $1,000 for pictures and $2,500 for an in-person meeting to do, quote, anything you want. Taken together, the materials painted a deeply troubling picture. On top of this,
That's a double. That's a double. Come on, give it to me. Yes. Extra bases done.
Letting go of the steering wheel and even bragging about driving recklessly. But in November, detectives would discover evidence far beyond any reasonable doubt. After analyzing Mackenzie's phone
That ball was barreled.
retrace her movements in the days leading up to the crash. That's when they made a dark discovery.
I got the doubles done.
Days before the incident, Mackenzie had driven down the exact same road 7 times, heading straight toward the
595 off the line. Not bad. Could be better. Run! I don't know why you're just sitting on second.
Officers believed they had gathered enough evidence to prove Mackenzie had planned the murders. November 4th, 2022, more than 3 months after the incident, officers were dispatched to arrest.
Is this going to be the final game for Murnau?
Hi, Mackenzie. Step up for me. I'm Detective Kazoo. I'm the one who's been investigating your crash. You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2. Okay? Nobody's going to ask you any questions. Nobody's going to bother you. Have your feet.
Because I think it's... Last time I knew I was at like 595 for Sega PXP. Plus the use of Kluber, Murnau, and Davis last game. Might be at 700. That was close. How am I there?
Mackenzie's parents
Okay, that retracts what I was going to say. I was going to say, how am I very early and that's going to get down, but it didn't. A very early hit. Or just late. Yep. Blue. It's on the black. Give it to me.
Arlington, all set for the start of the inning. Now it's the DH, Ryan McMahon.
And demand a lawyer is present. Mackenzie is going to need that lawyer, as she's going to have to face the consequences of her actions in a court of law. She's tried as an adult, and
I had a Twitch subscriber by the name of Matty Powell build this entire team with the challenge that if I win, he will give 25 subs to the channel. So he built me an entire out-of-position Red Sox team, and here's what it is. In left, we got Carlos Narvaez with 55 speed. We got Veritek in center and Bregman in right. We got Williams, Abreu, Manny Ramirez, and Sander Boger guards in the infield. We got Roman Anthony at DH, as well as Jaron Durag at catcher. Starting on the mound will be Clay Buchholz. We got Clemens, we got Giolito, Crochet, and Brian Bello, and then a bunch of janitors in the bullpen, because apparently the Red Sox don't have good bullpen arms in this game. We are currently 47-5 on the year. We are 639 rated. Here we go, man. Absolutely torch. Go, Veritek, go. 48 speed for my center fielder. That's how you start it off, baby. I remember when this works.
Wait, they got down?
Through the middle. 48 speed.
Don't want to talk about that hit.
Character, please, and thank you. Damn, man. Big Quick, if you win this game, I'll give you 25 subs. Brother, you could give me a certified fucking janitor, and I will win a game. 25 gifted on the line. These puppies are locked in. So are these. 3-0.
I'll help you get Sebastian. What if this one? Sebastian doesn't love you. Cass?
That's an out, and that's 2.
Is that not?
Wait.
All right, well, good swing.
No.
Good swing, no.
Just a second. I was going to say, did I bat around in the first? Nope. Was not paying attention.
I got an all Red Sox team. I'm now facing a Red Sox pitcher. It's all right. Ripped. Come on, get down. Do you see my? Why is that? I don't even mind that's not a hit. Why is that 86 exit velocity? Did you see the fucking swing in the? All right. Bring it on. Go, Bregman. Go, Bregman. Go. Ever see Alex Bregman play right field? He could. He could if he wanted to. All I'm gonna say. One down. Ball one. Change that. Good change. Baby got him swinging. Right to Bogarts. Bogarts isn't even out of position, really. Secondary.
I don't know how people do an out of position team build. I can barely win with my team in their regular positions.
Okay. Are you butt cheesing?
Fucking ass.
You just got a free base. Because my guy fucking dropped the ball. Why are you butt cheesing to play? Ted Williams. Catch the ball. Ted Williams isn't. Okay.
Stop fouling off the ball, Jonah. Do it one more time, I'm gonna hit you with this. Thank you. Now Farron Judge can get there.
There. Good pitch. Durant up the middle. I'm stealing first pitch. Is there a game? I'm stealing first pitch. If I had a keyboard to send him a message fast enough, I'd let him know. I'm going. Go. Do that in a second. No problem. And now I'm sitting here on top of the button. You're about to see some certified piece of shit baseball. Watch this. No, One ball, 2 strikes.
He's so far moving the ball around nicely.
I mess up the cutter because I'm not paying attention. You still swing and miss?
Here's the first baseman.
One at least that was bad.
Just give me a homer. Okay, or I can drop the PCI entirely.
You might be wondering why I did that.
If I can get the homer, that would be nice. Stop dropping the PCI. It's not a me thing, it's a controller thing, I promise. I did again. It almost swung.
Not just one guy, 2 guys. Certified shit, that's good.
Just on the edge. And that's where it'll be a swing at it.
He's safe.
Just give me a hung slider.
He's bunting. That's a laser though. That's a laser. Out on the tag. Don't touch my catcher, bro.
I mean, I'll take another hit, but it's not the homer I needed.
You ever see Gary Grant play catcher? Now you have. Now you know. Dumbass. Center. Jason Varitek, no problem.
Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
That's a tag. 3, second in. Hey, get in there. Come on, dude. Come on. Joe Willie coming to a brand new Tier 1 sub to the channel. Let's see some sub hype in this chat for Joe Willie with a brand new Tier 1. Good rip, buddy. Good freaking rip. Joe Willie taking a Tier 1, son. Laser beam sealed. Get me going. Narvaez, you gotta go.
Does that fall? I'm literally just swinging at everything right now because I want to get done with this, and I'm tagging.
Right down the middle. My man JJ can't reset. Play ball.
I want done with this.
Didn't really know if he was that serious. He was serious. He was.
I just want out of this game.
50 gifts out of kid to give up a single freaking run. What? You guys don't know by now I'm a sellout, dude. I will tattoo your grandmother's name on my asshole if I won't get this up. Just how I roll. You want to see that? Twitch.tv/click on the corner. Get me out of this. Dude, Playful, give up 1 run, brother. Give up 1 run. I'm going to give you up for adoption, brother. Fucking, I wanted to give up 1, not 4, man. Come on. Little Dick 19, dude. It's fun cheesing me. It's hitting home runs off me. He thinks he's the next company favorite. Like, this guy really thinks he's him right now. I can't wait to beat him for last.
There's not much margin for error, but at the same time, there's a reason they're put in these situations.
Yeah. Not so fun anymore, is it, Little Dick 19? Tie game, buddy. Tie game, buddy. Oh,
Wait, is that his?
whole butt cheese thing. How's that
Is that
fucking working out?
really his name?
Tie game.
Oh, I misheard, possibly.
Rip that. Getting ripped. There's 1. I'm putting up as many runs as I can. You're getting a full sweat out of me this time. That could go. I mean, just late, 93 is dead. I think anybody besides Brady that might go. Rip. Okay. Long game, brother.
To be honest, I'm not feeling these Baltimore unis anymore. I'm gonna have to switch them up.
We can get back to that, or you can close to that.
Not really feeling Baltimore unis anymore.
Who is this guy?
I mean, when I first got them, the black, the white, and the orange,
There's just no way.
kinda look good.
Maybe not. Maybe a little bit of bad. Good pitch, but go Narvaez. Go Narvaez.
But I've been on a very bad losing streak lately,
Coach, do you want me to fucking drop
so
I actually wanted you to stand under
might have to change up the unis.
Varitek, please. Can you show this ugly fucking idiot how to catch a baseball? Thank you. Right to Buchholz. Right to Ted.
Picked another save.
Come on, Jason. Good block, though? Ted, this is because of you, brother. This is because... That makes no...
Yes, we got David Wright. Thank motherfucking God. We got that card. Thank you. Packs ain't looking bad. Could definitely be better. We got a Crescent Moon pack. We're just going to open this real quick.
I just
decides not to be tried by a jury, leaving her fate to a judge. Despite the defense's claims that she lost consciousness, the evidence against her proves this claim was a lie, and the prosecution...
So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to throw him back in because we don't need that for the lineup, honestly.
August 14th, 2023.
But if I go here, go to mini, go to here. If you see where we're looking at, we're sitting at 425 for here, and I need that for here. So...
As you review that exhibit, you know that you are watching oncoming death certificate, and there's nothing that can stop it. The exhibit here crystallizes the deadly decision-making of this method. She morphs from a responsible driver to literal hell on wheels as she makes her way down the street. The mission was death. Mackenzie Love decided to push the pedal to the floor, demanding the ultimate speed of that vehicle, 90 to 100 miles per hour. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision for Dominic Gagnon, and she continuously acted in vehicles that she purchased. In the early morning hours of July 31st, 2022, her purpose was to kill Dominic Russo. Her actions were controlled, thoughtful, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
On August 14th, Mackenzie was found guilty on 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, 1 count of drug possession, and 1 count of possessing criminal tools. She's facing 15 years to life and is currently being held in the Ohio Reformatory for Women. Her first opportunity for parole will come in October of 2037.
Okay, so seeing how I don't need more no on the squad, we are going to move Curtsy back to first. I mean, I could use Lukishel or Volpe because of the power bat. Maybe take Willie. But I'm going to go someone who I absolutely normally break with. I gotta find him. No, it is not Scott motherfucking Rowland. It is not. His name is Kyle fucking Tucker. And we play on rookie.
On a cold November morning in 2022, a ditched Toyota Prius would be discovered by officers in Rome, Georgia. Why this car was ditched in the middle of a creek is something police were yet to figure out.
We need homers.
Son's name's Aaron Davis. Supposed to be coming to Rome to see some friends and going to Alabama to see his girlfriend.
I don't think you made it there.
Oh, no. I wonder where that's my car down there.
Crazy thing is, there's nothing. I mean, there's no.
Oh, that ball has to be gone.
Like it just broke off there or something. Yeah. It go all the way up in park or something. Yeah, I mean, there's lights on like it's, but it ain't running. I rolled over here to see what was going on. He was out there treating like the trash.
A tow truck would eventually come and lift the vehicle out from the creek. And upon searching the license plate number, they would discover it belonged to 21-year-old Aaron Davis. Luckily, the town of Rome, Georgia is relatively small, and officers were already familiar with the name, so Lieutenant Sellers would give Aaron's father a call a few minutes later.
Come see the stars of the Extreme Outlaw Midget Series near you.
Okay. Yeah, can you see if you maybe can get a hotel in there? Check in with him, see where his car is supposed to be. Can you get on the car again now? Yeah, it's actually on a little bit. We're in the process of getting it out. I don't think there's anybody in it right now.
Aaron's car being ditched is just as much of a mystery to his
What a
father as it is
pitch.
for the police. However, he did have some useful details he was able to give the lieutenant following this call. The night
Damn it.
prior to this footage, Aaron went to visit his longtime friend, Brandon Reisner. The two had been friends since middle school, and their friendship continued all the way through college. Aaron had just recently graduated from Brigham Young University, so his over 60-mile travel to visit Brandon was meant to celebrate the new start to adulthood. But ever since Aaron had left for Brandon's house, nobody had heard from him, and his phone would go straight to voicemail. All of these strange mysteries would lead Aaron's father to file a missing persons report, and an investigation to find Aaron would officially begin. First, and most obviously, police would give Brandon Reisner a call, as he was supposedly the last person to have been in contact with Aaron.
Hey, I'm Lieutenant Sailor from Police. You doing all right today?
Yes, I am. I'm looking for my friend right now.
Yeah, that's what I was calling about. You hadn't heard from him?
I have not. I've tried calling him, and it's just gone straight to voicemail. I heard you said
It's never a fun experience for a pitcher going against Williams. He can swing it from both sides of the plate and make it a silly deal. There's no easy way of attacking it.
When's the last time you saw her?
I saw him last night.
About what time?
Well, we started drinking around like 12. Yeah, he started throwing up pretty bad. He told me to leave him alone. I guess I woke up around like 11 or 2. And that's when I saw that his car was done.
All right. Got your phone. Let us know, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Brandon's story made complete sense. He even claims to be actively looking for Aaron at the time of the phone call, as any good friend would do. It seemed like Brandon was clearly the person they needed to speak to further in order to get to the bottom of Aaron's disappearance. So a few hours later, they showed up, unannounced, at Brandon's house to get more answers about what happened the night before. This time, face to face.
Now batting Jaron Duran.
Hey, what's going on? I'm up here over the road police farm. We're following up on all this. Can you walk me through what's going on? Just make sure we're all on the same page. We started drinking around 12 years ago. Yeah, it's you and Aaron, right? Yeah, okay. Anyone else? You guys?
Now it's either the 1-1.
It's Chris, and I had bought some red wine. Yeah.
Outside edge.
I hear started drinking red wine. He doesn't drink too often, so yeah. He had gone upstairs. He was just puking everywhere.
High fly ball. That one out towards left center field, way back there. And it's off the wall. Around second now, going for 3. He's in safely.
He went downstairs, dropped the ball.
That was one of those high percentage advantage counts where batting averages are just so much higher.
I went to the
They're
urgent
pretty
care
much
this
split the
morning.
zone down
Shower.
the middle, and those are the ones where you've got to make them pay.
And then woke up
Here's Ronald
1 to 2 a.m.
at the plate.
His car.
Come on, Ronnie. Got some bronze pitcher and you're flying out.
Last night connect with the ditched car and lack of response for the last 12 hours. If Aaron was a light drinker and got heavily intoxicated, who knows what he could have done while completely by himself.
So, how long have you and Aaron been friends? We've been when I was in high school. Okay. It became more like close friends, I'd say. Like, around freshman. We're still trying to find him. I don't know. You know, he may just be staying at a hotel, sleeping off the river last night. It doesn't necessarily mean he's in danger. Do you have any problem with checking this over? No problem. No ferocious iguanas or anything? You never know, man. People have all kinds of pets.
The officer would search the house and find some interesting discoveries. Several doors would be locked, specifically the door leading to Aaron's room, where he supposedly threw up several times. This was strange, so Brandon would be called inside to help get them up to Aaron's room.
You mind coming in here with me so you can just show me where I'm going on? Yeah. Just makes it a little bit easier. The bathroom is up there that he was up checking in. I got you. Oh, Lord.
Swing and a ball hit out
Is that what's in the laundry right now, I guess?
Okay. There to make the grab. And there's 2 down.
Officers would notice a strong chemical smell coming from the room and find excessive amounts of cleaning supplies. But all of that would be nothing compared to what they found next.
There's a significant amount of blood next to the bed, too. Decent. More than just vomit all over here. Looks like we've been there a while. He could have been throwing up blood, I guess. Sound weird to be throwing up blood like that. Not to mention that he had alcohol poisoning. He was there. He'd have to move on this morning.
Whips it to first on the run.
Especially at 2 or 3 in the morning. He's working powder.
The cops are starting to find the whole scenario awfully suspicious. The odd story from Brandon, the puddles of blood in Aaron's room, the hundreds of dollars worth of cleaning supplies. It seems as though Brandon sensed the officer's suspicion arising as well, as when Aaron's room was being searched, he decided to do this.
Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Oh, money.
Making 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along. And now catcher comes in to hit. Posada.
He's up to Phoenix. Headed back towards Collinwood.
Somewhere between LaPorte and Eastside, there'll be new houses. Go up to the house, get in the backyard. Possible 243 suspect.
That player gets the corner, and that is strike 2.
Run back more right. Give me more units.
Unfortunately, officers lost sight of Brandon. He officially managed to escape police. At least for now. Desperate for any leads that
Oh, what a throw from Acuna.
police began going door to door around the neighborhood, questioning witnesses who might have caught a glimpse of where he had fled. During this effort, one officer encountered a neighbor who happened to be on a call with Brandon's father, Jeremy. Quickly, the officer took the phone to speak with him directly.
Thanks for having me to say this from police.
How much Jeremy Rice are on the home? Yeah, but Brandon's father.
Yeah, we're probably ready to talk to Brandon. Do you know where he is?
No, I thought he was still at home now earlier. And told him maybe drive around the area so he would out straight along the road. Trying to get hold of him. We're still about an hour away, working our way there.
Even Jeremy was clueless regarding Brandon's whereabouts, and seemingly, so was everyone else, as an entire hour would go by, with Brandon nowhere to be found.
I got a ball, 1 strike.
Sorry, I realize you might not be able to answer this question. I don't know. There's suspicion that Brandon was involved. There's suspicion of something happening.
Just trying to keep this one close here.
Well, we don't know.
Bullpen can give their players a chance to fight back into the game.
Call back.
There's a swing and a drop.
Call back.
Attaboy, Salvi. Way to hit that concrete out there.
Okay, top of the order now. Now, here is Ellie De La Cruz.
Yes, sir.
What do you got? The first pitch.
While trying his best to assist the police with the investigation, Jeremy would return to his house, where he discovered Brandon's phone. Up until that point, Jeremy had been doing everything he could to help the police track down his son. However, after finding the phone, his cooperation came to a sudden stop. He refused to hand the phone over, leaving the police to wonder, had he seen something on it? Or was he hiding something far more unsettling? But before we get to that, Jeremy is not alone in facing a tragedy. Unfortunately, it can happen to any of us. Take Yvette Tolt with over one.
Earlier in this game, aggressively here.
6 feet would shift dramatically.
What's the status?
So, first of all, I understand you found his cell phone. That's right. You'll turn that over to us. And, okay. I do. Well, my gut says yes, but same time. Yeah, I mean, we'll probably need to go through it. So, at least, maybe where he's been. There is a significant.
God damn it, Aaron.
In that upstairs bed, right? Yeah, on the closet. But I wanted to be straight up with you. Not the whole fine. Okay. Appreciate that.
Two down, base is empty.
No, we'd have to get one at some point.
His
We
first
could go do it without that. Some
on
text.
a line base hit.
Maybe something else. I'd have to, you know. But I can't promise you that. Oh, I don't got it. Well, I was up there. So
Back to first
I want
safety.
to.
Everything came together.
That's about right.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line.
Yeah.
Hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game. But
had
here
to be
it did,
disturbing,
and he did it
and
perfectly.
the officer seemed to have caught on to this as well.
And watches strike one.
Because he doesn't know what's going on. But he seemed a little shocked that we're at his house. You know, he seemed respectful in the sense that he was okay with us being at his house and doing what we needed to do. I can really get a feel for him. He may just be covering for his kid.
He's got to be. Him having the thumb not being shattered tells me that his son hated it.
Any save is an easy one. You're
Tell
holding a
him
small lead on the scoreboard,
But doesn't
and
want
you
to
know
get
those
close
hitters are going to give you the best shots they can. So it's always a stress. Let's see what he's got here to try and close it out.
Great effort, but it's
No problem beating out the infield hit right
These
there. Good
officers
hustle
were
to get
spot
down the
on.
line.
They've
They've got some speed on first, so we'll see if
Brandon
they
would
try to
leave
get
an array of horrifying notes, such as I screamed became a gargle as he swallowed his tongue. I like dark places where my mind melts. It feels so good, and I feel so cool. My brain's a waterfall running out of my nose like a troll. I can turn myself on in the blink of an eye. They notify me as the smartest man alive. Additionally, he would leave a to-do list following the murder of Aaron. 1. Schedule last 3 songs. This was in reference to his YouTube channel where he would post his music. 2. Vacuum. 3. Laundry. 4. Shower in my shower. 5. Take bath. Tomorrow. 1. Text Rachel that Aaron threw up horribly. I think there was some blood in it. 2. I woke up and he was gone. Whether or not these exact messages were what alarmed Jeremy is unknown. But something on that phone made it clear to him that Brandon had killed Aaron. And just an hour later, Jeremy would call police detailing that he was with Brandon and that he was willing to surrender and turn himself in. So 25 minutes later, Brandon and his parents would arrive at the station.
We're Brandon. Rachel, Jeremy. Thank Rachel, Jeremy, trying to have a seat out here. I'm going to take them back there, and we'll talk. Would you like to talk about it? It needs some sort of real before we talk to you. Okay. I'll be right back out with you, okay? Anything in your pockets that I need to know about? Wallet, keys. That's real quick. Anything else? No. Sorry about that. Go ahead and have a seat.
Now that Brandon was secured, the detective would sit him down to try and get a basic confession or any information that might ease the path to conviction.
Alright, like I say, I'm Detective York. I work here at the Wrong PD, of course. Detective York, yep, that's me. So before we get started, That's my boy. You gotta fill out.
The detective would start the interview by getting Brandon's basic information and contact addresses.
So I'm gonna read you some stuff before we get started, okay? You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before you are asked questions and have him with you during questioning. I would like you would like a lawyer. Okay. All right. Sit down for just a minute.
Brandon was smart. He knows nothing he says in the interrogation room will go on to help him in court, so he decides to keep his mouth shut. While this is unfortunate for the detective, Brandon's parents are more than willing to have a discussion with him. So instead, he turns his attention over to them to try and get the information that he's looking for.
Thank you. That's a lot going on. Everything that we can do helps go right now. Thank you, Brian. Take care. Very short. I can try to show you. You can show us the general area. There's an old cemetery. And then you turn left, turn home, and turn out something like turn home. I believe the story on.
This statement from Jeremy was crucial information to track down Aaron's body. But as valuable as this information is, the detective recognized the importance of capitalizing on the opportunity to gather as much from Jeremy as possible while he remained cooperative. With this in mind, he shifted his focus to delving deeper into Brandon's personal life before turning to search for the body.
Brandon probably college because we said it to be attendance, thoughts, it was having visions.
That missed, that's a ball.
Medications, right? Got a call from Brandon this morning.
Next ball bring his in for a strike. Strider out there on the mound for this one, and he's a guy who had a really impressive college career, but needed Tommy John surgery while playing for Clemson.
Front there as he swings through it.
Strider spent time with a sports psychologist at Clemson while rehabbing from the surgery. He talked a lot about the concept of purpose and the importance of having a defined goal for everything you do. You know, it's something Strider now preaches himself.
Big swing and a miss. 0-2. Inside. 1-2 to count.
I would throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball slightly elevated.
Out of the first. Now the shortstop, Ellie to the crease.
This raises the possibility that his actions may have been influenced by mental instability. However, it's important to consider the context. Jeremy's statements could be an attempt to have Brandon plead insanity in court. Therefore, it's essential to approach these claims with a grain of salt, as they may not fully reflect the reality of the situation. Regardless, police now had an approximate location of where Aaron's body should be, so all hands went on deck to search the cemetery Jeremy described. Aaron was found buried in the cemetery, behind a secluded area in the back of the property. Even worse was that his body was wrapped inside the very sheets he slept on in Brandon's house. The speculation had come to an end. Brandon Reisner was a cold-blooded murderer. Right after this discovery, Brandon was placed under arrest for the murder of Aaron Davis and transported to the local prison. The cops found his behavior very unconventional.
Because that's the kind of swing you want to bobble. So many positives that led to that knock.
Aaron Judge, the next to hit, takes ball one.
You know, Bird, Judge is one of those guys that makes on everything he does. Yes, he's great at baseball, but he's also known for working with charities and in his community. He's a special human, no doubt about that.
And that'll get down 3.
Roll
back in quickly. First and second now with nobody out.
Back-to-back singles.
Officers stated that Brandon remained eerily calm while being transported and seemed completely unfazed by the entire situation. And while Brandon had been successfully captured and the case had seemingly came to a successful conclusion, officers had one tragic duty to complete before the end of the day. Break the news to Aaron's parents that their son had been murdered.
Any questions? Yeah. I don't know a whole lot because sir.
There's one away. And now it's Ronald Acuna Jr.
Why you do that? We need my son.
Aaron was a recent college graduate and a good kid with a bright future ahead of him. His sudden death is nothing short of an evil, horrifying act on Brandon's behalf, and justice had to be served.
Go, please. I need homers.
Family's sake. That justice would come inside the courtroom. On July 18th, 2024, Brandon was left with little to no defense for his crimes, and his plea to claim mental insanity was quickly ruled out.
He's got a big and breaking ball in his arsenal, and it's definitely one of his go-to pitches when he needs it.
And here is Nick Kurt.
On count 1, 2, prison for life. And that's what
that extends the inning.
He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole after pleading guilty to the murder and mutilation of Aaron Davis.
111, and when that's the case, the odds are very much in your favor as a hitter.
David Wright, the next to hit, takes outside.
This video was brought to you by Simply Say. There's no saying like Simply Say.
Good job, David.
Police just arrived at an airport parking lot to investigate reports of an abandoned truck. This seemed like just another routine call with nothing unusual, but that's when it hit.
Come on outside. Have lunch here. Okay, so Thomas Milton staying up there?
This is the father and son who own this ranch house in the New Mexico desert, miles from anywhere. Police believe a murderer is hiding inside their home. Thomas Lopez, a man who, days earlier, beat his girlfriend to death.
Do you know where he might be staying at or anything?
But what makes this interesting is that the son is in fact hiding this man, and the father is about to find out that his son is protecting a murderer inside the vents of his own home.
Thomas, talk to me now. I know you're down there.
0-2.
On the 24th of February, police were called to a hospital in New Mexico to investigate something horrifying. 26-year-old Sabrina Calderon had just been brought in, unconscious, covered in bruises, barely clinging on to life.
Sabrina Calderon is in such dehydration that her kidneys are failing. She is so sick for university. I believe you said they thought it was her dad.
What is that, would you say? Is that something from being hit?
She's 26 years old. She should not be in this condition.
Right.
Sabrina is in such critical condition that the nurses are almost certain she won't survive. But what made the hospital so suspicious is that Sabrina's injuries were that of someone who had been viciously beaten, and the man who dropped her off left almost as quickly as he possibly could. The hospital called in police, but with no leads, the cops decided to use her emergency contact info and call up her dad to see if he could shed any light on what just happened.
Can you hear me now, Mr. Calderon?
Yeah.
Could you tell me what happened real quick? Why she has these injuries?
Yes, Thomas Lopez, he got it from here. I guess that knife mark. He got it over there.
Where's over there?
It's a ranch house. He had it locked up in the room, and
That's just a
he
really
was
nice
just beating
catch
her.
on
She
the
been
run right
beating her
there.
every
He
day.
saved extra bases
That
for
was
sure.
almost disturbingly simple.
Apparently, a man had taken her a knife point from her dad's home and was beating her every day at a house out on a ranch somewhere in New Mexico. The cops find it extremely strange that he never contacted police, so there is some amount of suspicion cast on him. Regardless, they ask him for some details about the guy that he claims did this to her, knowing that if this lead hits a dead end, they know who to suspect next.
Where does he live at?
He was just going from place to place.
How did you get her?
He ended up picking her up, and that thing started to rest. And dropped off and took off.
Do you know what he looks like?
I sure don't.
Okay. Say his name one more time.
Thomas Lopez.
Thomas Lopez. Okay.
Police now have a name, Thomas Lopez. The victim's father claims that Lopez was the one who both attacked and dropped Sabrina off at the hospital, which would explain why he was in such a big rush to leave.
Where do you think he resides mostly? In Carlsbad or Portales?
I mean, he just stayed wherever he could, I guess.
It seems like Thomas is going to be extremely difficult to track down. The cops don't have a description of him, he has a common name, and constantly jumps from place to place without a known address. If this guy had gone on the run, it could be weeks before they managed to find him. But that's when everything changed. Sabrina briefly woke up and found the strength to confirm that it was indeed Thomas that had done all this to her, and she managed to give police the address of the ranch her father mentioned. All before taking her final breath and dying moments later. Sabrina had just solved her own murder. Immediately, the cops head to the address heavily armed, knowing that they might come face to face with an aggressive killer.
I want to open up this jumbo.
Police haven't had time to get a search warrant, meaning that they have no
There's a
right
diamond
to
in
enter the
here.
home without permission. That means they're stuck outside, knowing that just feet away, a brutal murderer could be hiding.
It's purple.
Ian, is that you? Ian, come to the front door for me. Hold on a second. It's the sheriff's office.
Let me see your hands. Come outside. Let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. Is the dog okay? Hey, Rice, I got contact. I don't have nothing. Okay, sit tight right here, man. Okay, yes, sir. Sorry.
This is Ian, part owner of this ranch and good friend of Thomas Lopez. Sabrina had told cops about him and said that he could be vital to tracking Thomas down. At this point, the cops have no idea how much Ian knows, but they do know that his house is supposedly where Sabrina was attacked. For all they know, he could have been involved as well, so they have to be extremely cautious when dealing with him and clearing out the house.
Who's off here, man? I'm Audrey. My thanks. What's Bugsy in her own name? I don't know. Come on outside. Keep your hands up to see him.